Okay, kind of feel like that guy behind the fence. Let's do this. See what Adorama's brought for us today. Be loud, guys. Yeah, that's loud. Ouch. Good stuffing. Move this around. Here we go. Olympus. All right, do this. Regular stuffing. Got the packages. Got a little lid. Or I should say a strap. And the lens. Not a lot in here, man. This is it. Wow. Finally. Finally. What I call a lens for micro four thirds. Something that just brings back the 50 to 500 on the old 4/3 system. Something that just really gets out there. Yeah, it's a big long lens. It extends pretty far. Now, some people have, I guess, an issue with these lenses that zoom in and out. It takes dust and it puts it on the sensor. One thing you'll notice with micro four thirds, absolutely the best anti-dust sensor system they have, and Olympus is really the leader in that. I don't think I've ever had any dust on my photos with the micro four thirds system, and then Panasonic would be right behind it. I don't know why. If it's just a smaller system, whatever they're doing great, because the Sony systems, those things were dust magnets. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Feels high quality. Feels stiff though. I will say right off the bat, this feels a little stiff. Is it locked in? No, it feels a little tight. Hopefully it's going to warm in. Kind of feels like that 100 to 400 Panasonic. Not quite as stiff, but it's fairly stiff. Like you could probably do this all day without even having it locked down, and it's not going to go out. Got a decent lens hood, which is just cool. It's got the better one, I should say. This definitely has a better build quality than the Contemporary, no doubt, and it should be for the price tag. This is $2,600, guys. $2,600. It's not cheap. It feels high quality, but let's compare it. Hold on, let's compare it to the Contemporary and some other setups. Okay, I'm back. Here is, let's first move this out of the way. Here's the Contemporary. This is about an $800 Canon EF mount lens. Sigma, obviously, it's like $789 or something. It's pretty light, but I think it's like 3 pounds or something. This is, I mean, it's bigger. It's heavier for certain. It's just got a bigger, heavier mount, but it's not that much bigger. In fact, it's about the same length. I mean, it's got a little bit more bulk, but it kind of feels like this one on steroids. But this feels smaller than the Sigma sport model. For some reason, maybe this is the sport model, but I've seen some of those sport models, and this seems like it's smaller than that, but maybe I'm just smoking it. Okay, now how does this compare to the current lens system on Olympus, the 100 to 400 Olympus? Let's do this. Here's what we have. Here's what we have, guys. This is significantly smaller than this. I wouldn't necessarily want to go on a hike with this thing bouncing around. It's just a little too heavy. This, I mean, if you're going to go with this is definitely better than this, but this is really pushing it. I like the Panasonic 100 to 400 for hiking than this, because there seems to be just the size and that half pound, maybe 3/4 of a pound difference. This weighs over the 100, 400 Panasonic, but this is definitely heavier but I don't know. It's if you're carrying it short distances, this isn't going to be a problem, either one of these. But if you need the reach, obviously this is going to go with that. And I'm going to pull this off. This is the 2 times multiplier. So this was 1600 millimeters. And this is going to be 12 without a modified, without a telephoto, or I should say extender. So there we go, EM5, OM5 with this bad boy. Pretty small, not bad. I mean, it's not a big, heavy camera per se for this big lens, but yeah, you can tell. That's what it looks like extended. That's pretty good size. Whew. Okay, 1200 millimeters f6.3. I guess what we need to do now is get this out and let's do some birding in the backyard to see what the photos look like. All right, guys, we are here waiting this out. Olympus 150-600. Oh, there's one right there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's see if we can get some good bird photos here, guys. Oh, he took off. Let's see how far I can extend this up. .100 millimeters on the tree. Coming back down. There we go. Won't take long. Some here. Review this. I think we're done. Got some photos. Let's head back in. I'll let you look at the lens up close, and then we'll get into see how much detail we can actually get out of the lens in the camera system. See with the feather detail. Talk about the focus speed and all that jazz. All right, we're back now. The photos, yeah, I only kind of did that. The backyard video and the backyard photography was just to see if the lens could perform the way I thought it would, and it'd be no problem. It did. You know, you could easily see some nice feather detail. 1200 millimeters gets out there. You still got a lot of detail. I tested it against some of my static tests, you know, pine needles, bolts, that kind of thing. See what kind of detail, and I know what kind of detail that can bring in other cameras, and it's right up there with the best of the best lenses and setups. So overall, performance-wise, the focus works really, you know, pretty good. I can't say extremely well. Birds in flight shouldn't be a problem, you know, with this setup, and if you have a faster camera like the OM1 Mark II, you should be golden. I mentioned the zoom is a little stiff, seems to be working out a little bit. That could be to the weather sealing. As you guys know, Olympus is kind of big on the weather sealing, so hopefully maybe they upgraded that, and that's the reason why we're hitting this up. The lens hood, very nice addition, high quality. It's kind of like might be plastic, but it feels more metal-ish. That works well. Overall, I've been waiting 10 years for something like this. I still believe the 150-600 for photography's sake, as far as wildlife, is probably the best lens out there ever made. And Sigma, whether it's Sigma or Tamron, whoever came up with that build is knocked it out of the park. It's just a great blend of dynamic photography. 150 all the way out to 600 can do everything. It might not do everything as good as, let's say, the primes, but for the weight, price, balance, all that stuff, it does an excellent job. So overall, look at, give you an insight to what this lens looks like up close. As I mentioned, very close to the Sigma DNA, but overall, I think it's probably one of the best lenses for wildlife for the Olympus or the Micro Four Thirds system so far. It just gives you everything you want, even though it's heavier. You can pack it with you, and you still have the 100 to 300 Panasonic if you want to roam around and be on the on the move, or some of these other small lenses. I think that's one of the things people complain about is Olympus. And I mean, how many 50 mil 1.8 lenses do you need? This was something that was really lacking with Olympus, is that extreme long reach for wildlife, and they finally got it. Now maybe they can concentrate on some of these other areas if they wanted to rebrand Sigma 70 to 200 f2.8. That would be a Bokeh monster for this setup. And yeah, they could really it'd be 400 f5.6 full frame equivalent, but it'd still be a really nice looking setup and probably give some great performance. But your thoughts on this? This is a quick look at it. Overall sharpness, color contrast, everything looks good. You guys see some of the photos, and it's only going to get better. Have a trip down in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, prairie chicken photography by using this setup as well. Anyway, again, comments, questions below, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you later.